Welcome back. We are here in Lac La Hache
Lac La Hache
on
Lake.
our way north to explore north of our country. And today we wanted to show you some things we really love about our van. Last week we talked about some things we didn't like so much or we would do differently. This week, to offset that negativity, we're going to talk about the things we absolutely love about this van. Yeah,
Shall we get started?
let's get started. We are Zach and MP, traveling with Jasper and Sidney, our two dogs, aboard Roadie, our self-converted ProMaster van. After purchasing our van only a few weeks before the pandemic, we spent the better part of that summer converting it into our beautiful full-time home. Every 2 weeks, we will share with you what we learned while being van lifers in hope to inspire you and others to try this amazing lifestyle.
If there's anything we learned is that it is possible to have two humans working full-time with two dogs in our 86 square foot home, and we will share with you how we got there.
First, we have permanent bed. We love it because it's always ready to go. It's always there. We don't have to set it up. If it was in one of those setups that have a table that turns into a bed, we know the way we work, it would drive us crazy. So this is great. We always have the bed up. That's where the dogs hang out. That's where Sydney hang out most of the time. It's where the dogs actually also hang out for traveling a lot of the time. I don't know why, because it's the bounciest part, but they love it. Puts them to sleep.
The second thing we love about our van is the big table. This big table is a part of the van that we absolutely adore. We both work full-time in the van, so we needed a big work spot that we can both set up our laptops. MP can set our laptop and even a monitor if she needs to, before we can work in the van. It's also where we eat our dinner, play card games, and just hang out in general. So yeah, it's a big table, but this table we made out of a butcher block, which means it's super heavy. So because of that, we had to add a little bracket on the wall to help the lagoon be a little bit extra strong. The lagoon on its own is a little bit bouncy, a little bit heavy for that system. So we had to add this little block just to give a little more solidness to it.
Electrical system. We love it because it allows us to do a ton with it. We have 400 watt of solar, 340 amp power lithium batteries, and a 1500 watt inverter. That whole thing combined, because that whole thing doesn't mean a lot to me, let's be honest. That whole thing combined allows us to have a lot of luxuries in our van that if we had a very minimal electrical system, it wouldn't allow us to have that, especially in the summer because we have a lot of solar. So we keep in here, we have electric kettle, which we use a lot, magic bullet, and a milk frother, which is our nice little very luxurious edition. We also have an espresso machine, and those are all things that use a lot of power, but when you can, it just makes it that much nicer. Our cabinets are probably the thing that I have a soft spot for. The color, the construction, love them.
I didn't like building them.
I love them. So we went for exposed ply, which, if you ask anyone that's building cabinets, or if you ask Zach, is quite challenging because everything has to be very square and very flush. The color was actually something we did because we ended up putting this panel the wrong way. So it was showing the bad side of the wood. I don't know how we messed it up, but so to attempt to fix it, we were like, why don't we paint it MP's favorite color? And turns out it's kind of my favorite thing about the van. So we painted all the lower cabinets indoor this color, and all the upper are wood, which I really like. But yeah, exposed ply and the painted cabinet doors is probably something one of my favorite things. I've already said that, but it's my favorite thing.
So one of the things you see in our van right when you walk in is our open bookshelf.
Do you love it?
We love it. I love it. We love it. We love that it's open, it's easy to grab the books. It kind of shows off some of our favorites. And yeah, it's just a nice little touch to the van.
Plants. We actually go against a lot of what people say. Do not bring live plants in a van. It's not worth it. Oh, it's worth it.
We have like 2 fakes.
2 fakes and 5 real?
That's a good ratio.
No, 6 real, the one in the front.
Oh yeah, forgot.
If you knew me before I moved into the van, I had about 30, 35 plants in the house. It was pretty important for me to have real plants in the van. It's nice. It adds greenery. It's something that you have to sort of make sure you keep alive. It's not that hard. These ones are extra easy because they're right next to the faucet. I think it's something that makes our van really homey. We're also able to grow our own basil in the van, our own rosemary. No, it's rosemary.
That's thyme.
It's not thyme. It's not thyme. It's rosemary. Dude. It's 100% rosemary.
It's rosemary.
And these are all like secure with their little gel pad like we talked about in some of our other videos. Plants are awesome. The step was a last minute add-on. Awesome. We love it.
Our addition of this step is honestly one of our favorite things about the van. Our bed's really high, and when we used to get into it, we'd step onto our cushions with our feet and they'll get dirty, and it just wasn't really smart. So MP had this super clever idea of making a step double as storage. We basically have free storage and a step to help get into the bed. We just don't step onto the cushions anymore. We actually just use this guy. It also is super nice when we're hanging out in the van with more people. It's a place to put your feet. I don't fit.
Or your butt.
Or your butt. So yeah, super handy and we love it. So this was a replacement because one of the things we hated was our cooktop. We have a new one. Amazing.
It worked great.
Last fall we had this great opportunity to renovate part of our van after living in it for a bit, and we replaced our old counter and cooktop with this one. We absolutely adore this cooktop. It acts like a real one in a house, and it ignites itself, which honestly we didn't think was a big deal, but it really just makes it nicer to use. It doesn't feel like we're camping anymore. And yeah, boils water quickly and cooks really well.
Our lounge area, we don't realize it, but the amount of time that we spend just going right in it and hanging out, it's a must. We love it. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the van. It's basically a little corner. We upgraded when we did some renos to the van in the fall. It's awesome because we always have a spot. We can hang out if one person's cooking dinner or if one person's still working over there. There's just a nice, comfy spot that is not the bed. That's also where Jasper hangs out a lot of the time. It's just like, it just makes the van that much more homey or like cozy. And you can put a lot of people in. You can put like 3 people if we're sitting inside trying to hide from the cold or something. It's just an overall very roomy, comfy corner. And we love it. Hot outdoor shower. I think a must in a van. We have it. We love it.
We use it a lot.
Yeah. And we actually offer showers to other van lifers sometimes.
So you see us on the road, don't ask for a shower.
We love this thing.
Our outdoor hot shower is something we use all the time. We mountain bike, we gravel bike, we do a lot of outdoor activities, especially in the summer. We get muddy and stinky and gross. So we want to stay clean. So what we have is a little nozzle. We do have a shower head one that we never use. Probably don't need to be carrying it around. So we have this little guy. Has hot water on demand. We have a little mat that we can stand on to keep our feet from getting all muddy and gross. And we often just hold it, have a little shower outside. This also doubles because it has cold water as well to wash our bikes before they go into the back, or our shoes, clean the dogs. They get hot water, so they're pretty lucky in that sense. And yeah, we use this thing for a lot. I guess this is probably one of our most used things in the van. Thanks for joining us this week, and we hope you enjoyed our video on the things that we love about our van.
Some of these things might be pretty obvious to you, like they're kind of essential things you're gonna have in the van, but some of the thing is the way we built it, the way we integrated, or how we upgraded, and it just makes our time in the time in a van that much more enjoyable, and just makes it really homey, or it just makes us really happy about our home. If there's anything that you think is you might use, or you really like, or if there's anything you're like, there could have been a better way you could have done this, or there's actually a better thing out there that we love even more, please let us know in the comments below. We would really love to hear what you have to say. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're putting a video out every week, and the next series of video,
Should we tell them?
yeah, it's gonna be slightly different. We're gonna attempt to vlog about our trip to the Yukon, or northern BC, which we are on right now, day 2. But yeah, so stay tuned about our next videos, and
Follow along for our journey.
that's it for now.
See you next week.
Bye.